Even as we deal with superhero fatigue, the worst Marvel movies are far better than some of the awful superhero films we've seen over the years. These bad movies will make you appreciate the MCU far more than you ever have. While some recent entries haven't exactly been good, they're at least watchable. Here are some of the worst superhero movies ever made. While the Fantastic Four movies of the 2000s were successful at the box office, they were very much a product of their time. With the birth of the MCU, superhero films were becoming more serious. As a result, the Fantastic Four franchise was rebooted to be a darker and grittier affair. Unfortunately, the result is a gigantic mess of a film with little to no redeeming qualities. 2015's Fantastic Four bomb wasn't the only bad superhero movie for the iconic group. The 1994 version is even worse, with the movie never being officially released to the public. It was a low-budget disaster from beginning to end. Alright, let's get these movies out of the way. After the success of Spider-Man appearing in the MCU, Sony aimed to create their own universe, only without Spider-Man. Nobody asked for this movie, but honestly, we didn't know how much worse it could get. Follow us on MSN for more of the content you love. The writers tried so hard to connect this movie to Spider-Man, but the iconic characters you'd expect, like Spider-Woman, don't even make an official appearance until the very end. Even then, it's more of a brief cameo than anything. Madam Web is the definition of a train wreck. This movie is bad but didn't officially kill Sony's Spider-Man universe. No, it was Kraven the Hunter that made Sony realize they should throw in the towel. Despite at least having some promise, Kraven's already weak story is undone by poor special effects. As much as I love Shaq on Inside the NBA, the guy is a terrible actor. Steel was his attempt at a superhero movie, and it should play to his strengths. Instead, the film is filled with poor acting and corny one-liners. You knew it was coming. Batman Forever wasn't a terrible movie, but it was a noticeable step down in quality from its predecessors. Batman and Robin, however, leans too much into the camp and was so bad that it put the Batman franchise on ice. In the eyes of many, there's only one Superman, and that's Christopher Reeve. Unfortunately, not even he is capable of salvaging this movie. You have to wonder if Richard Donner was the one holding everything together, as the Superman franchise worsened as time passed. Before Chris Evans became Captain America, the role belonged to Matt Salinger. Sadly, he wasn't up to the part. In his defense, he was undone by a lousy script and bad special effects. The movie was released in theaters abroad but was a straight-to-video release in the United States. Where do you even begin with this movie? The superhero genre was busy trying to emulate Spider-Man's success, which led to many rushed, sloppy movies. Catwoman is easily the worst of them all. You'd figure that modern superhero movies, no matter how poorly they're received, would have some redeeming qualities. That's not the case here. The movie even has a rare 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. All style and no substance, Jonah Hex stands out like a sore thumb considering it's competing with the likes of the emerging MCU. Josh Brolin does his best with what he's given, but he'll be redeemed thanks to his portrayal of Thanos. It's a shame this is the last live-action movie by legendary Sean Connery. Despite an intriguing premise, League is sadly a boring film, filled with countless questionable decisions from its characters. Here's to hoping a reboot can right the ship. Fox's X-Men movies always started with so much promise, only to fall flat on their face. Ironically, every time they adapted the Dark Phoenix storyline, it never worked out. In this case, it's a bloated mess of a movie that doesn't come close to matching the heights of First Class or Days of Future Past. Did we need a superhero comedy during peak superhero movie fatigue? No, there's a lot of talent on screen here, but everything about Thunder Force feels lazy. Lazy writing, lazy directing, and lazy acting. Follow us on MSN for more of the content you love. Read more. 15 Best Movies of the 1990s. 17 TV stars that couldn't transition to movie stars.